Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Fahey.
Hey everyone, how we going? Good? Yeah, we're gonna have a good night. As Tim mentioned, I am your MC for this evening, and my name is Kai. And no, before anyone asks, that's not short for anything. It's actually long for K. Yeah, I often wonder. I got a weird name. I really do. It's only got 2 letters long, and I often wonder if God is just like messing with me because I've got a strange name. But I'm Aboriginal. But I was born in Malaysia, and I look like a wog. Do you have any idea how hard it is to eat a kangaroo lasagna with chopsticks? It is. I'm Aboriginal, and a lot of people don't believe I'm Aboriginal. Like other Aboriginals don't believe I'm Aboriginal, and then so when they don't believe I'm Aboriginal, they're like, I've got to prove my Aboriginality. I've got to prove it to them. And the one they always go for, they go, you go to the march then? You go to the march? Did you go to the march? You go to the march? Fuck no, I didn't go to the march. And they're like, well, you're not a very good Aboriginal then. I'm like, no, I didn't not go to the march because I'm not a good Aboriginal. I just did not go to the march because I'm just not a good person in general, you know? Like, I'm lazy. March, fuck, that means I've got to put in my orthotics. Like, you're hard-pressed to get me to go walk about the corner store for a pack of darts, let alone march. And don't be wrong, too, like, I'm all for supporting the cause. But is this like a Netflix series I can binge or, you know, like, be like Google review, White Australia policy, 1 star, you know? Speaking of not good people, I've been on TikTok a lot lately. TikTok. It's the place to be, you know. It took all that toxicity from Facebook and just crammed it all into 30 seconds of fucking wonder. You know what I mean? And so I'm scrolling, I'm pretty new to TikTok, right? So I'm scrolling, it's like 30-second videos, and I'm just scrolling, right? And I saw this video of this guy, and it's like, and he just said, if you don't think that there is a biological difference between males and females, then how do archaeologists tell the difference between male and female bones? Now, I don't want to get into that whole kind of debate, but I thought on a biological level, that's a fair point to make, right? So I clicked like. But what I didn't know, because these are only 30-second videos, is this guy is a hardcore right-wing, like, fucking crazy person, right? And I wouldn't agree with most of his policies, but I agreed with this one thing, and now the algorithm just has me. And so now I'm just getting bombarded with all this crazy, like, hardcore right, like I'm a Nazi now. Like I didn't want to be a Nazi, but you know, like someone with an Aboriginal grandmother, being a Nazi is really fucking awkward. Like, and you know what does Nazis do? So I joined the KKK, and so well, that's what they do. They're all wearing white, but I still want to honour, you know, like my Aboriginality. So like I'm wearing beige. It's something like, and I thought these guys have got no culture. They've got no culture at all. So I'll try to introduce some. So I suggest we should do a smoking ceremony. They went and got crosses. It got weird. Like I'm not going there. Bloody hell. I became single at the beginning of the year, and that's right. So any single ladies in the audience, I'm emotionally unavailable. Whoa, yeah. I should have realised too that my girlfriend was going to dump me because for Christmas she gave me one of those future vision boards, but she wasn't on it. So, yeah. So I'm getting older as well. Like I'm about to turn 40, but that's not the thing that made me realise that I was getting old. I'm getting old because I did a budget. Like I did a budget this year. So I'm sitting there and I'm doing up my financial year to financial year. I'm doing my budget, and my ex. Like I don't want to talk to her, you know, whatever it was, right? But she keeps messaging me, just random, inane kind of stuff, right? And I'm doing my financial budget, and I'm like thinking, and I'm getting messages from this person I don't want to talk to, and I'm like, why do we only do budgets for finances? So I've decided to do my emotional budget. That's I put that in there. So I messaged her back and said, you are only allowed to contact me 3 times in the next year. And she messaged me back because that's all I can handle, right? She messaged me back and goes, no, I want to contact you 5 times. I said, now we're bartering. Like, now it's the whole thing. And I said, no, you don't have to contact. She goes, no, I want to contact you 5 times. I said, okay, well, if you contact me 5 times, that means that I get one drunken phone call of, why don't you love me? And I get to say that I'm better looking than your new boyfriend, right? And she's like, but you're not better looking than my new boyfriend. And I'm like, yeah, I am. And she's like, no, you're not. And I went like, look, he is white, like really white, like bald, completely bald, and he's got a thick red beard. Like the guy's basically a poorly inserted tampon, you know what I mean? Like You know? Like he's white, like he's really like he's like bald and like just like really white, like he like glows. Like he's almost like white doesn't even cover it. He should be his own race, just called high vis. Like that, that is, you know, that's the thing. Like it's just like holy crap, this guy is like I reckon the only way you could have safe sex with this dude is with a hazmat suit. Like there's got to be something. There's got to be something going on there. Like, I reckon if aliens showed up and they were the first person he met, they'd be like, fuck, we didn't realise you guys got here before us. Like, that's anyway. Anyway, that's me. I hope you guys have a good night. Please treat everyone as well as you treated me. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, party people, let's keep the good vibes a rolling. Put your hands together for the musical starlings of Laura Johnston.
Hello. I love doing stand-up. I love doing stand-up because of you. Yeah, it's groups like this that makes it feel like a really one-sided speed date. Yeah, where I get to spend the next 10 minutes telling you intimate details about my life without pretending to give a fuck about yours. So this first song is all about me. And it goes like this. It's how I'm a really good friend. I killed my friend's son. Flower. It is really dead. So dead. It started with decapitation. I closed the curtains on its head. Then I forgot to water and left it in my car for days. By the time I finally remembered, let's just say it wasn't a healthy colour. Yes, I killed my friend's sunflower. I'm the reason it is dead. So I bought a replacement and hid the dead one under their bed. But I forgot to think about gestation, and the new flower is way too tall. I shouldn't quit my day job to become a criminal. No. Thank you so much. That's my first song. Cheers. Thank you. I did actually quit my day job. Not to become a criminal yet. No, I quit my day job making money at the Royal Australian Mint to not make money as a stand-up comedian and esports commentator. Yeah, thank you. Cheers. I commentate simulated fishing. It's not a joke, it's real. It's as you'd expect. There's a fake rod, fake fish, real fun. Yeah. Lots of different games that you can do simulated fishing in. Minecraft, Skyrim, Valheim, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 15 and 16. Lots of different techniques you can use to catch those fish. Sometimes it's the C button, sometimes space bar. Sometimes C button plus space bar. And sometimes WASD. Gamer kids know what I'm talking about. Yeah? Riveting stuff. So I quit my job and I texted my mum to tell her, and she texted me back with 2 quick responses. The first said, "That's great, honey, don't tell your father." Yeah, and the second one was inviting me for tea because she had a young, handsome doctor coming over that she wanted me to meet. But the worst part is that young, hot doctor was in a long-term relationship. Not with me, but with some other lady. And by long-term, I mean he's got 2 kids. Yes, my mum set me up with an actually married man. He was wearing his ring. 'Cause she'd rather I be the other woman than a stand-up comedian. Thank you, cheers. All right, he did not appreciate my advances, so I am still single. Hi, you can see me after the show. This next song I wrote, and if it offends you, don't tell me. And And it goes like this. You might notice that I'm using the same string for all these songs. That's going to continue. All right, here we go. I'm stressed about climate change, but I'm not vegetarian. That's 'cause I really like to piss off vegans. I've got a lot of vegan mates, that's mates in quotation marks. Anyone here vegan? Yeah? No? Not admitting? Or no one? No? They suck. But the biggest red flag on dating sites is when people put their food preferences carnivore. What? You only eat meat? You're telling me what? You only eat meat? That's not the truth. Please, you are not a carnivore. You're really trying to tell me that if I gave you a block of Cadbury, you'd say, I hope this is beef-flavoured chocolate. Yeah, I'm single, I'm on the dating apps, and I hate them. I hate them. And the reason I hate them is because some bright spark a few years back decided to tell all these men to no longer have shirtless pictures of themselves holding fish. And that's what I want in my dating apps. I want to see a man who can provide me with fish. Not the man, the fish. All right, let's get off dating. This next song I wrote in 2020, and it was during the US elections. Were we all there for the US elections alive? Yeah, cool, okay. It's called An Ode to Donald, and it uses these notes. Thank you. All right, we're going to do a couple more songs. This next song, we're going back to dating. Specifically, we're going to, if any of you have ever matched with me on any of those dating apps, this song is about you. Slightly different tune. Okay. Surely I'm not alone in not liking to respond to my Tinder notifications. You could be the cutest guy or girl with a witty pick-up line, and I'll still leave you on scene for months and then say, hey, wanna go for coffee? You'll say, yeah, lol, where have you been? Hello? Hello? Hi, my name is Laura, I am the Tinder ghost. I'm like Ghostbusters, but worse because I'm not busting and I am a ghost. Yes, my name is Laura, my photos are 3 years old. I've forgotten my passcode on Hinge, and I have not saved any of your phone numbers in my phone, which means that when you text me, I don't actually know who you are. So you could be my boss, or like the other day, my little brother texted me asking if I wanted to go to the gym, and I sent back, send pics. Moving on. All right, one more song for you. This one is about how I'm a little shit. Actually, no, I'm a big shit. I suck. All right, here we go. I don't want to tidy my room today or tomorrow. I don't want to tidy full stop. It's not temporal. I don't want to tidy my room. I don't want to tidy. Please don't make me tidy. Oh wait, you can't. I'm an adult. I don't want to be the one to tidy my room, but I hate it messy. Yeah, it's killing the mood. Hey, you. Will you tidy it for me? Tidy it for free though, 'cause I'm not made of money. Tidy my room for free for me, please. Tidy my room for free, the dead ones can be yours to keep. And I reckon that's more than adequate compensation, 'cause you'd get to be in my room and I might be famous one day. Cheers. All right, I've been Laura Johnston. This has been fun. Thank you.
Your next act this evening is a guy you're not allowed to sit next to in class, and the reason why you failed grade 4. Big round of applause, Cameron Ribbon!
How we going? I did that one time, came out, how you going? And this guy right in the front row goes, fuck you, your parents don't love you. I said, Dad, it's year 7 show and tell, just relax, just a little bit. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, lay off the sauce, brother. I'm starting to wonder lately, you know what I mean? I'm starting to wonder how long into knowing someone until you're allowed to ask their ethnicity, you know what I mean? And I've been seeing this girl for a little while, and I assume she's Chinese, but I don't know for sure. When I say seeing for a little while, I mean we're married, we've got 2 kids, but I just can't risk my little half-Asian babies calling me out on Twitter, calling me racist, you know what I mean? I just can't fucking risk that. And when we first started dating, I was trying to figure out, what's her ethnicity. So I said to her, hey, I'll come over for dinner and you can make me the national dish of your people. And she served me 2 bowls of white rice. So if anything, I am now just further away from the truth than when I initially started. And I don't know much about Asia, you know what I mean? I'm not much of a geography major. I've only ever seen Asia on what they call a Chinese map, right? And what it's got China, Japan, and everywhere else just says China to be confirmed. Honestly, I don't know if they call that a Chinese map. The map just had a little sticker that said made in China, and I just made a few assumptions. You know what I mean? But being in a relationship's fun because you find out what's the fundamental differences between men and women. You know what I mean? And I feel it's how strangers feel about you around their children. That's what I reckon, you know what I mean? Because just imagine this for a scenario. This isn't real what's happening right now. It's just what I'm saying to you, okay? But imagine this one woman pushing her little baby, on a swing, and my girlfriend approaches and she's like, oh my God, what a beautiful little baby. Oh, I just want to eat him up. Nom, 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 nom. That's not racist, by the way. That's just how I think women talk. So it's just sexist, if anything. You know what I mean? And the other one would be like, oh my God, he's so beautiful. I know he was born weighing 7 cans of tomatoes and had 2 full earlobes. I also don't talk about babies all that often, so I'm assuming that's how those conversations go. You know what I mean? But me, a grown man, if I approach the same woman on the swings with the same baby, you know what I mean? And I approach like, what do we have here? Oh my, oh my. It's a sweet little baby. Oh, madam, you have such a sweet baby. Such a sexy little baby. I just want to eat him up. Same language, different result, okay? Because I am thrown in jail for the rest of my life, rightly or wrongly. Probably sexist, sir. You should look into that. You look like a bit of a lawyer. But I have a thing with kids. Not, I just like them, fucking settle down. Old mate in the back's like, lock him up! But, it's been pouring rain for days and days and days, you know what I mean? I went down to my local shops and it's pissing down rain and I seen a little baby tied up to a park bench in one of those dog-kid harness combos. This is true. You know those things are like a pure dad invention, you know what I mean? For sure, right? The kid, Dad, can we get a harness for the dog? How much are they? Oh, like $20. $20? Just for a dog? I don't think so. Unless I can also strap my fucking baby into it. And so it's pouring rain, this little baby out in the rain. And I'm a man of action, you know what I mean? I like to get shit done. So I did the only humane thing I could possibly do. I walked up and I'm like, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You stay. You stay, you fucking wet rat, you fucking... No, but I also like to imagine the first instance that one of these harnesses come to light. And it's definitely a dad taking his kid to a neighbourhood barbecue, I like to imagine. And it's a prototype, so it's just some ratchet straps and duct taped all around him, you know what I mean? And he'd walk in, Billy, come on, come on. Don't piss on that, Billy, don't piss. Stop humping people's legs, Billy! Fuck me. Oh, Jono, how you going? Throw us a beer and probably a water bowl for the little fella if I had to reckon. This would freak out someone. Have you seen a kid strapped in? Oh, mate, Mate, what are you doing? You know, you've got a point. He is 3. Get him a beer too. We're all on the beers, ladies and gentlemen. Mate, you know, that's not a canine attached to that lead. You know that, don't you? Oh, he may not be a canine, but he's a bit of a mutt sometimes. Am I right? Am I right? Give me a high five, Billy. Fuck yeah. Mate, that is by far the worst invention I've ever seen. Come here, that's the best invention I've ever seen. Oh my God. This got to be against the Geneva Convention or something. My wife's watching right now, so I'm going to act a fool. Okay, but you need to send one of these to my house ASAP and make it extra large because my kid's a bit of a porker. You know what I mean? Okay. You got to go. But before you go, what do you call this thing? It's a pretty simple invention. I call it the remote operated length fixated harness almost really rated in safety. What, cunt? The remote operated length fixated harness almost really rated in safety. Can we all do it? I'll go slow. Remote, no. That's fair. That's actually fair. I'll do it for you, don't worry about it. Remote operated length fixated harness almost really rated in safety. One more time. Remote operated length fixated harness almost really rated in safety. Come here, I love you. Remote operated length fixated harness almost really rated in safety. Or you can just shorten that up to Rolf Harris Kitty Catcher. I've been Cameron Renz, thank you very much. If you want to follow me or get my personal information, just contact Optus or Medibank.
Please welcome to the stage your next act, Anneli Cole!
Hello, good evening, everyone. Yes, my name's Anneli. It's a bit of an odd one, isn't it? My parents like to tell everyone it's European. It came from Sweden, which is kind of true. They got it out of an IKEA catalogue. Translates to flat pack wardrobe. Now, that's not the only blessing my parents gave me. We grew up in a very religious household. And I don't mean just going to church every Sunday, get your cracker and you're on your way. I mean getting into Twitter arguments about the religious symbolism of Mumford & Sons songs with Marcus Mumford. I think if Jesus met me at that point in my life, he would have been like, tone it down. But I'm no longer there in my life. And this next bit's not to kind of crap on anyone who is of faith. If that's you, power to you. I love that for you. But for me, it kind of fell apart. And the straw that really broke the camel's back for me was this one particular story from the Old Testament. Would be the Old Testament, wouldn't it? And now I'm going to do a book report on it for you. So there's this story about this king. His name's Solomon, wisest guy in ancient Middle East, right? Wisest guy, not smartest. We'll get to that in a second. And one day these two ladies come to him with a baby, and they're arguing over who's the mum. It's just kind of like, this is my baby, Geraldine, you bitch! You saw me push it out! No, it's not, Samantha, you're just jealous that Gary decided to stay with me and not you! It's some real proto-Jerry Springer shit going on. And this is where I think Solomon wasn't the smartest, because if I was in that position, I would have respectfully asked each woman to pop their hood, and I would have looked at whose vagina looks like it had gone through the massive trauma of shoving a human out of it. Safe bet on that one. But no, Solomon goes, really stumped by this one, fellas. Listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut this baby in half, and this is where it becomes proto-Oprah. You get a baby, you get a baby, everyone's a mother! And one of the ladies, rightfully so, goes, Jesus Christ. And there's someone in the back going, oh, that's a good name. We'll say no, we're not doing that. This is my baby, but, like, I don't want to see it cut in half. Just give it to this woman. And the other lady's like, hell yeah, brother. Grip it and rip it. Came to this negotiation claiming 100%. Was willing to go down to 30%, walking away with 50%. It's a good fucking negotiation. And then Solomon goes, tricked you. Obviously the woman who didn't want the baby cut in half is the real mother. And the other lady goes, and then scurries away to get 50% of some other baby. And I remember reading that at one point and just thinking, oh, this was written by a sociopath. Because the logic, my friends, of the author Anne Solomon is that the only person who possesses enough empathy to not want to see an entire baby cut in half in front of them is the mother. And listen, I've been on long-haul flights with babies before. But I've never ritualistically been like, cut it in! I don't know. And that's why I left the church. Definitely that, and not the massive sex scandal that happened in my church. And definitely not the fact that I wasn't invited to the massive sex scandal that happened in my church. The other gift of my parents was a little bit of gender-inherited mental illness. I know. Wow, she's doing comedy. She must be so well put together. No, I've struggled with a lot of my adult life, an eating disorder, specifically bulimia, or as I like to call it, eat and yeet. It's all right. My psychiatrist hates that one too. And that landed me in psychiatric hospital a few times. It's okay. But the worst part about that is people don't know how to act around you when you're in a psychiatric hospital. And I think one of the clearest times that happened to me was I was sitting at the table eating dinner and I was having a hard time because they were letting me eat, but they weren't letting me yeet. So I was having a bad time, and this nurse decides she's going to have her Patch Adams moment with me. She reaches across the table and she grabs her hand. She goes, Anneli, I know you can do this. Do you want to know how I know you can do this? I don't know, Lorraine, because if I don't, I'm not going to be allowed to go back on the ward and watch Girl Interrupted with everyone else. So. And she goes, I know you can do this because you are so much bigger than you think you are. I know, Lorraine! That's why we're here! Lorraine was also the weirdest person I met in hospital because this woman, who was a fully university educated woman who was of the world, she was from Ireland, psychiatric nurse, had never once in her life heard of a llama. All right, this is my crowd work section. Everyone, I would like you to imagine you do not have access to your phone, nor your shoelaces. The second one isn't relevant, but it's colour and shape. What words do you use to describe an llama, excuse me? Alpaca, I love that one. Bitch, hadn't heard of those either. More words. Furry. Sheep? Long necks. Wonderful. I love all of these words. Now I want you to imagine, everyone, you are using this particular list of words in that order in front of someone who is in charge of how much longer you are going to be locked away from your loved ones. And the only people backing you up are 5 other equally undernourished women who all just had a collective breakdown over the extra grape that you were served at dessert. I got 6 more weeks out of that one. It's fine, I'm out now. Or am I? You're all just patients. Listen, I'll leave you with this one. Has anyone here ever nearly drowned before? Yeah, a couple of you. For those of you who haven't, let me really paint this picture. One moment, you're just kind of enjoying yourself, you live, laugh, loving, giving head in the shower. And then he just moves ever so slightly and suddenly water is blocking your nose. And you think in that moment that your survival instincts will kick in, right? That your brain's going to be like, death is near, spit out the cock. But it doesn't. All that crosses your mind is the one thought of, gotta go somehow. May as well be disappointing my mum. I've been Anneli, thank you.
Your next act this evening is as dry as a salada, but twice as tasty. Please put your hands together for Fateh Singh!
Evening. What's going on? Yeah, there's not a lot of people here. Like, I'm from India, where I'm just used to crowds. I reckon if in India there'd be like twice as many people, but like they wouldn't be here for comedy. They'd just like be here because they had to be somewhere. Like, some people don't understand that. Like, I'd do my comedy at them and they just wouldn't get it. Just be like, it's like, can you not? And like trying to stare at the wall. Yeah, I like Canberra. I've been here for a while. It's more like can't bear another fucking second. Am I right? No, I'm kidding. No, there's a lot of fun to be had. You know, Sydney has surfing. Canberra has its own extreme sports. Like there's jaywalking, shoplifting. Remaining sober in Canberra is a challenge as well. Presents another source of thrill to not get shit-faced on delicious craft beers. But yeah, it's good here, man. Or it's bad, whatever. I don't give a shit. And I don't have a dog in the race, but hashtag save the greyhounds. Now I've completely lost my train of thought. No, I was saying, yeah, life doesn't always go to plan. Because, you know, I thought I'd be elsewhere, but the other day I was in the pharmacy, at the pharmacists. The pharmacists. Anyways. So, you know, I need some blue pills. Just thought I'd get some shopping for Viagra at the pharmacists. The pharmacists. But it's like, but why do you need a prescription for Viagra? And like, how does he verify that? Like, isn't it enough that he can call up my partner and she can just be like, I'm unhappy. Like, isn't that enough? I don't get it. We need to lobby them now. But it's like, how does he verify? Is he standing in the corner of the bedroom with a clipboard just like... Someone's glove. Hey, can I... No, I'm a medical professional. If I could just... No, what? Is it me? Am I ugly? I'm a professional. Yeah, life has many surprises. But I was thinking, I'm quite a deep thinker. And I was thinking about evolution. You know, we think we like hard stuff because humans have evolved over such a long period of time to be who we are today in our cities. But it's like, it's not that big a deal because there's other species that are evolving as well, you know? Like ants have been forming fungus for ages. You got freaking fleas. They can jump 100 times their own height, you know? Freaking eat your heart out, Michael Jordan, am I right? And chimpanzees are using tools as we speak, like they've entered the age of tools. Which can be said for my nephew as well. But chimpanzees are using tools and like, you know, humans have evolved over a similar period of time and, you know, evolving the ability to speak and say different vowels, like, you know, the nuances between Bart, Bort, Bad, and Bit and shit. And it's like, but like, what's the number one fear of humans in cities? It's public speaking. But yeah, I was thinking it is good that chimpanzees can use tools. It means they can rebuild their own habitats. So it all worked out in the end. But there's other species. I was thinking about chameleons. Like, chameleons have evolved to be able to change color to suit their surroundings, which is not as impressive. That's just a lizard with no integrity in my book. I know people like that. I don't like them. But yeah, it's growing up, you know, trying to find a partner and stuff is complicated. It's part of the cycle of evolution and the the rapacious marching of time. But anyways, yeah, you got to try and find someone and settle down with them, which is tricky. Because like for women, dating is for men, dating is like a job interview, and for women, like dating is like shopping. You know, it's like we're playing a different game, and it's crazy. I broke up with my last girlfriend because she was an exhibitionist and I was a narcissist, actually. She wanted to have sex in front of windows. I wanted to have sex in front of mirrors. It wasn't meant to be. But yeah, no, you have to... Part of attracting a suitable mate, if you didn't know this, is having a stable job, which is very challenging. It tests your stability to have a stable job, you know? And it's like... Just riffing. I'm an old jazz man, dude, like, you know? That's why I wear this hat indoors. But it's like, you know, having a stable job, things are so expensive these days, like, it's shocking, like with inflation. I was actually concerned that people would like have a laugh at my expense because I can't afford it. And if you could please... Yeah, I went to a Garima place. I just, you know, took a deep breath and it cost me 50 cents. It was pretty absurd. I do, yeah, shit. Science has come a long way, though. You know? Science has come a very long way. We've got self-driving cars, artificial intelligence. At one point, it was just a dude named Pavlov, you know, just in his backyard, which he'd converted into a stadium of dog death, just chopping them up. Hey, Pavlov, like, what, in the name of science, what is the purpose of all this? He's like, science? What do you mean, science? We could probably have dogs driving self-driving cars today. That's the progress we've made. It's pretty shocking, and you know we should give ourselves a round of applause. But later. But also, and you had like Schrödinger back in the day, you know, 17th century Schrödinger. His science was just like, hey, I got this cat. I got a cat. I got a box, and I got some poison. And I got this intricate device that I've rigged up. Check it out, yeah. Put the cat in the box, poison in the box with the device, close the box. Now the cat might be dead or the cat might be alive. I'm like, shit, yeah, fucking... Did you get the approval of the ethics board for this, Schrödinger? Schrödinger's just like, oh yeah, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Maybe he's in a box with some poison and an intricate device set to rig at any time. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening.
Keep that smile on your doll and keep the round of applause going for your next act. This evening is to Daniel Meharbeb.
Hello. Good to be here. Yeah. Finally made it to Canberra Centre, my first show in Canberra Centre. I mean, yeah, it's the Courtyard Theatre, but whatever. Also my last show in Canberra. I'm moving to Sydney in a week. I moved here to Canberra for uni, and 6 years later, I'm leaving without a degree and very tired. Yeah, straight up, man. I was not made for this uni shit, bro. I'm in the trenches right now. But that's what I told my family. I told my family the excuse that I gave them for moving back was COVID. I don't know exactly what I said, but I may have implied that the uni shut down for 2 years. The best thing about using COVID as an excuse for your failures is that everybody assumes you had your shit together before COVID, which is great. It's like, I was like, oh, you should have seen me before, man. Oh, you know, peaked too early. But it's not just me. Like, I don't know if you guys heard, Domino's recently announced that they're ending their franchises in Italy 5 years after they started in 2017. The statement they released was, unfortunately, we have had to close our Italian operations due to the effect of COVID on our business model. Which just shows me that me and them are the same, you know, like COVID's so great for saving face, right? Like, can you imagine the statement they would have had to eventually make anyway if COVID wasn't a thing? Like, unfortunately, we are closing our Italian operations because we tried to sell extra cheesy crust Italian fucking hamburger pizzas to Italians. That was a bad idea. But I'm not a complete bum. I'm going to be working in Sydney, I think. I don't know. No, I've got a job. But I didn't work for the longest time before because, I refused to get a job because I'm a social activist. It was my way of fighting the harmful racist stereotype that immigrants have come to steal your job. The things I do for my people. But then I heard of this other racist stereotype, right? Apparently, that, you know, this other racist stereotype that immigrants come here to be on the dole. And I didn't like that, and I wanted to change that. So I stole a white person's job. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this damned if you do, damned if you don't, catch-22. I'm starting to think that maybe the career progression of migrants isn't the biggest issue racists have with us. I don't think they stay up all night scrolling through our LinkedIn, like... I think it goes a bit deeper than that. Not too deep, just skin deep, you know. The other day I found out that McDonald's soft serves are now 80 cents. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what inflation means, but I do know that McDonald's is getting real fucking brave, you guys. Like, where do they get off? Like, I feel like I'll know that, like, the economic collapse is imminent once it reaches $1. Like, that's the metric I'm going by. I'm sticking by that. I'm just keen to see how the racists are going to scapegoat us this time. Like, they're not going to be blaming the Russians, you know. I'm just curious because, like, they said they stole our jobs back when they had jobs, so what the fuck are they going to say when they don't have jobs? But yeah, they're not going to be blaming the Russians, that's for sure. No one's going to be protesting the Russians when, you know, the economic collapse happens. No one's going to switch their boycott for halal to, you know, boycotting vodka and mail order brides. They can't. They're the biggest consumers. Like, far right. Yeah, but hopefully they would have stopped protesting vaccines by then. Fuck. I don't know. I still think about that convoy early in the year from time to time, man. Like, I don't know. I had a time with those people. Like, every time I'd walk past, they'd, like, talk to me. But they got what they deserved. I don't know if you guys heard there was a chlamydia outbreak in their camps. Which is... doesn't make sense, because chlamydia's not even real, right? Everyone knows it was made by the government to stop white people from reproducing. Yeah. But yeah, they always... I don't know what about me, but they'd always try to have a chat with me when I'd walk past. Look, I will say this, though, about white supremacists. I will say this. If you, like, get to know them and, like, have a real conversation with them and get to know them, like, as an individual and not for who the media portrays them to be, they will quickly quash any idea you might have had of white people being superior. Like, holy shit, you are not sending your best. Like, oh my God. My favorite thing that white supremacists say is, like, white people are superior. We invented this. We created that. And I'm like, we? What do you mean, we? My brother in Christ, you've been eating, sleeping, and apparently fucking in the same tent for 3 weeks. Like, also, you want to know my favorite thing that white people invented? Vaccines. I think that's pretty sick. Like, up there, you know. But I don't know, man. Maybe we dodged them too early. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe they had a point. Like, you know, I didn't have a satisfactory vaccine experience. You know, like I'm triple vaxxed, and I'm autistic now. And before, I was autistic before as well. Nothing changed. There's no autistic power up, no extra levels. It's kind of bullshit. I want my money back. What the fuck? Yeah. It was actually a really funny story how I got diagnosed with autism. I'll tell you real quickly. I went in for a doctor's appointment for an ADHD diagnosis. And then by the end, I was like, do you have ADHD? And he's like, yeah, ADHD is fucked, don't worry about it. But also, you might be autistic. And then he left. I didn't mind the diagnosis, but, you know, it was just like I wasn't ready, I wasn't expecting it, you know? Like, I'll give you an analogy. It's like, I don't know, you're on Facebook Marketplace and you want to buy a blue Toyota Corolla, and you find someone selling a blue Toyota Corolla. You agree for a time and place to meet up. You get there, you see it, it's a blue, it's a Toyota, it's a Corolla. You're ready for it, you give him the money, and as he passes you the keys, he just whispers in your ear, bro, you're autistic. You're like, whoa, I came for the car. I came for the Corolla. What's this? Put in a separate ad, man. Come on. Jesus Christ. I don't know, but back to the convoy, the one thing I noticed about them was they never had the right Australian flag. Like, they kept having, like, red Australian flags. Like, it's like fucking fan art, but for the Australian, like, racist fan art. But I wasn't too pressed about it, though, because I don't know. I low-key think the Australian flag's a con. But you're not ready for that. That's, I mean, come on, like, let's be real here. We've all collectively been gaslit into thinking that it's normal to have another country's flag in your flag. It's not. It's not normal. Like, why does nobody talk about the fact that our flag is just the British flag taking a burial photo? All right? That's not okay. That's not okay. Okay? Oh, my God. I did some research on the Union Jack, and it turns out I don't even think it's, like, it makes sense anymore, and even now for Britain. Like, I did research on the origins of... I don't do research for all my jokes, but I did have to research the British because, like I said, I'm from Sydney, and I don't know if you know this. I don't want to quote Colin Hanson, but every summer, Sydney gets invaded and swamped by British backpackers. They pick fruit during the week, and they pick up 19-year-old girls from Bondi during the weekends. It's like a new wave of colonialism, like the first fleet, but if they're horny. Like the first fleet, if you will. But I did some research on the Union Jack, and it turns out that it's made up of 3 different flags. Like the red cross is the English flag, the white cross is the Scottish flag, and the red X is the Irish flag, which doesn't really make sense anymore because Ireland hasn't been in the UK for a minute. Between Brexit and Boris and, you know, the Queen dying, Scotland's about to leave. And Wales, I mean, nobody gives a shit about Wales. It's not in the flag. It's just England now, you know what I mean? Like, why are we repping that shit? It's embarrassing, man. Like, it made sense when Britain was ruling the high seas, but like, okay, look, I'm not making an ethical argument here. I'm like, I didn't mind having a Union Jack and a flag back when Britain was slaying, okay? But they haven't slayed since 1875. Like, why are we still wearing their jersey, right? Like, your sugar daddy goes broke. What do? You get a new sugar daddy. You don't stay because tradition and what? It's like going for the Bulls after Jordan leaves. Like, what are you doing? You know? So, you know, no, but Britain really did slay. They slayed my people. It's fine, you know, which wasn't very slay of them, to be honest, now that I think about it. But, yeah, I think I'm out of time. Yeah, okay. Peace.
Please welcome your final act of the evening. It's Shen.
Wow, what a voice. If that was Australian Got Talent, I would have been eliminated right now. Yeah, I finally made it on stage because they needed to fill the diversity quota. Like, that's my value now. That's just other people using me to prove that they are not racist. Yeah. I would actually hate to be a white comedian. Because that's like the most competitive category. But obviously. I just put white people in anything, just makes that thing competitive. Except when I was in my high school maths class. Yeah. Like when I was growing up, my mom would ask me, 你长大了要做什么? And it just meant she didn't speak English. She's asking me, what do you want to be when you grow up? But in a multiple choice format. It was like A, doctor, B, lawyer, C, all of the above. So to make her proud, I said I want to be a comedian. And her reaction was, that's her whacking me over the head. Like she said she would be prouder of me if I jump off the bridge. Yeah, that's right, but you can survive that, you know. Anyone here seen other people jump off bridges? I always see people jump off bridges. They do it for the adrenaline, but it's actually really stupid because you can die. And they always go onto the bridge with like a rock. I get this, right? So they throw it into the water to break the surface tension so it hurts less when they land. It's amazing. Like, these people are clearly very intelligent, but then go do a really stupid thing. It's just like the oxymoron of being like dumb, you know? Yeah, oxymoron. I lost you guys there, eh? It's a big English word for someone like me. Oh, cost of living. Like, I am so scared of cost of living right now. I don't know if you guys can relate because you guys are still going out, you know? Like, 3 things that's gone up the most this year are the price of food, the price of petrol, and the price for weed. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Don't let your kids do drugs, like, not yet, you know? The prices will come down. Like, the economy is in such a bad shape. Like, I blame the state of the economy solely on the economist because it sounds related to their job title. Man, petrol, so expensive, petrol. I can barely afford it. And unfortunately, my car is really pedantic. It only takes 95 octane. But my local service station only sells 98 and 91. But because I'm a genius, I mix my own 95 at the petrol station. So I did like an average of like 98 and 91. Got 94 and a half because I'm good at maths. So I had like 2 pumps going at the same time. And just in the end, I just add a few extra drops of the 98 just to round off the decimal. So safe, guys. I did really well in chemistry, you know. I passed on the 5th attempt. And then my car didn't start last week. I've got a friend, and he's colorblind. That's why he's not a racist. But otherwise, he's definitely a racist, you know? Like, I reckon, like, the way to make Pauline Hanson a better person is just, like, make her colorblind. Like, she doesn't deserve color. Like she will only see everybody as equal if it's in grayscale, you know? Yeah, true. Yeah, back to my colorblind friend, who's not a racist. He's actually also a really safe driver. Like, he knows when to stop at traffic lights by copying the guy next to him. Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard, but like, I heard like how you guys heard like how Coca-Cola designed their bottle to like resemble the shape of a female body to entice people to drink more Coke. Yeah, I thought the same. That's so bullshit, right? Because when I look at a woman's body, I don't feel thirsty. Like, not right away. And if you think about the shape of a Coke bottle, like, I've never seen a woman with that sort of a neck. And like no arms or legs. Like, I like Coke, but I don't have a fetish over limbless bodies. Yeah. And it's weird how people think, oh, like the Coke bottle is representative of the female body. That may be true for some, but I would have also gone with the 2-liter Pepsi bottle. Yeah. I'm not saying anyone here looks like a 2-liter Pepsi bottle, you know? But no one looks like a Coke bottle either. All right, you guys have been great. Yeah, thank you very much. My name's Jeff.